Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of the Kickoff Discussion podcast. Well, in this video, I'll be discussing about what Raheem Sterling could give to Arsenal, and I'll discuss about Mikel Merino's injury, coupled with Declan Rice red card, and what it means for us at this point of the season. And I will also discuss about last minute transfer bid for Leandro Trossard. Now let's get to it. Well, I never could have thought that Raheem Sterling would be an Arsenal player someday, but football is quite funny, and well, somehow I'm delighted that we eventually got him into the team. And why I think Mikel Merino brought him in is simply because we all know what Raheem Sterling could do, and since his debut in 2012 for Liverpool, I think he's the fourth player to have more goal contribution. And looking at the kind of quality that Raheem Sterling has, we all know his qualities. And at this point in time at Arsenal, we do not have someone who could dance through the players, especially when you are facing a team who are good in low block. And Gabriel Jesus is the only player that we have that has that qualities in abundance, but currently he is injured. And bringing Raheem Sterling in now will give us an edge, the way I see it. And sometimes when you have a team that they are very, very good, they are solid in defense, we need someone who could commit, who is brave enough to take the ball and run at different players, especially when we know what Raheem Sterling loves to do. He loves to pick the ball, run at players, and sometimes he will have to dance through the players to make sure that he creates space for his other teammates. Remember last season when we were playing Bayern Munich at the Emirates, we were short, we were down to 2-1, and Gabriel Jesus came on. He did what he knew how to do best, and eventually somehow he created space for Leandro Trossard to give us that equalizing goal in that game. So Raheem Sterling is someone that can do that every time he is on the ball. So getting him into the club, I'm just delighted that now we have someone who could actually do all this damage against any opponents that we are playing. So, and Gabriel Martinelli as well, sometimes he also do attempts to do take-ons, especially in the ball in the opposition's box. But this time around, he is not in his best shape. So Raheem Sterling, I think it will help. I think it will help us. Well, that's what I think. Just let me know what you think in the comment section. Moving on to Mikel Merino's injury and Declan Rice's red card. Well, for me, Mikel Merino got injured in the first training section he had with Arsenal. I think last week, I think Thursday or Friday. He injured his shoulder and he will be out for 2 months. And that doesn't look good. That doesn't look good for us because, as I said earlier, I would love us to have every one of our players. I would love us to have every one of them available and ready to help the team. But it is what it is. You cannot take injury out of football. That is what makes football what it is. And now Declan Rice as well received the red card in the last game, and right now we are short in the midfield. And for me personally, I think Mikel Merino as well will also be looking at what he could do to mitigate this situation. And right now, I'm just waiting because, from my own perspective, I think Jorginho will be the best man to play in that regard, to play in that role. But let's just wait and see what Mikel Merino will do. And before I move on, I would just like to comment a bit about England's officiating. We have been complaining this for a whole lot of time, and the English officiating is deteriorating every minute, and we are just 3 weeks into the season and we've already had a lot of things to complain about. In our first game against Wolves defender first and foremost choke hold Kai Havertz. Nothing was done. Then later he grabbed Gabriel Jesus, but in that same match, not even a yellow card. You understand? So if you look at all these things against Arsenal, you will be forced to think that definitely all these officials sometimes, they just believe that they do not want anything to do with Arsenal. They don't like Arsenal. You have to think like that, because when you look at those decisions, you'll be kind of like, what is going on with all these referees? You understand? You'll be forced to think like that. You understand? And again, the red card I was given to Declan Rice, that I don't think that was a red card. And I've heard ex-players discuss about it, even an ex Premier League referee discuss about it. What he did is just a natural reaction. It's just a natural reaction, not something like he eventually did intentionally. That is just natural reaction for footballers. So giving him red card for that, well, I don't know. It makes no sense to me though. It makes no sense. But I said in my last video that according to what they wrote on paper is punishable. But you've already given him a yellow card. You cannot give him a second yellow for that little reaction. But it is what it is. It's Arsenal at the end of the day. Everybody will move on, and this is just 3 weeks into the season, and I believe that before the end of the season we will have, before December we'll have lots of mistakes and errors, because they have all the technology to make the right decision, but they will not make use of it. So let's just wait and see what will happen. And lastly, we have last minute bid came in for Leandro Trossard, which is since September 2. Well, for me personally, I think that Al-Ittihad has been monitoring Leandro Trossard, and this time around, I think he's not happy playing second to Martinelli. Eventually when we got him to play as a second choice to Martinelli, and right now Martinelli is not in his best form, and Leandro Trossard has had more impact in games than Gabriel Martinelli. Somehow as a player you will think that, okay, I deserve to play, I deserve to start ahead of this person because I am still in form and I have impact in the team than this person. It is quite normal. It's quite normal for you as a player to think like that. However, I think maybe his agent as well is trying to push some narrative to get him a better team. I would say that will give him more playing time, and if Saudi are coming in, they think they can actually entice him to join their team in the Saudi Pro League. However, I'm glad that we did not let him go, because sometimes how football works, that minutes they may just decide to do the business, but this time around it's not the case, and I'm glad that didn't happen. But moving forward, if you ask me, I would love to see Martinelli come back to his best, and if that is not the case at this point in time, I think Leandro Trossard deserves to start ahead of him. It is what it is. That is how I see the whole thing. Leandro Trossard deserves to start ahead of him. He starts our last game, and if not for the red card that we got, I think he will still play around 70 minutes before he's being replaced. So I think moving forward, I think that is what we should be looking at, and I think Martinelli needs to step up at this point. He needs to step up, because we need every member of the team at their best. We need every member of the team at their best. So That is all for this video. If you are just coming across this page for the very first time, please do like, share, subscribe, and if you are already here, please kindly smash the like button and drop your thought in the comment section. Thank you very much. I'll see you in another episode, and bye for now.